Coach Bill Haney. What up?
Hey, hey, hey. Shout out to the boxing voice, the voice of the people, the voice of the streets, where you can come on here and talk about it. You don't have to hide behind narratives. Or no, you can't hide behind narratives because the platform is open. Do your dirty work. Come on here and put in the work. Does are we talking about resumes? Are we even kidding? We're talking about a guy that came from the bottom and worked his way all the way to the top. I know you like success stories out the mud. Well, we're talking about a guy that came and went to Tijuana. Believe it. El Perro Salido was the bar. I never forget it. And I love and I appreciate the way that the fans in Tijuana, we haven't forgot you. We love you and we're coming back soon. But to come from there, they said we were fighting cab drivers. That's all we would fight because I was all that was available. Because Devin was pushing the line from the very beginning to work his way all the way up. All those fighters that we picked, including Mr. Regis Prograis, tough fighters that nobody else wanted to fight. We put an offer on the table for the Stevenson team. I know Bob came out and he said what he said, but we got to excuse Bob because he's 90,000 years old. He's not the person. I would get on him if he wasn't old, but I got respect for my elders. And listen, he does good. He watches the fight. I love Bob as an historian. I like his opinion, but he doesn't do the negotiating on the behalf of the top ranked team. The people that do the negotiating is the top ranked legal team. And if the lawyer that represents top rank wants to come out and talk about the negotiations, us going back, because guarantee you this, and everybody knows how I love my family, I love my kids. I'm with one of them right now. We're going to do tennis. But for me to waste all that time with the lawyers that represent top rank, going back and forth with Shakur, only to know that what they said was it's up to Shakur, not up to Jay Prince, not up to them. It was up to Shakur Stevenson when we was talking. And I was talking through an attorney's. So for Bob Arum to come out and say that the offer was bullshit. No, Bob, see, I didn't come out and say the offer, the 3-fight deal that you put on the table for Undisputed was bullshit, although a lot of people feel that it was bullshit. It was either take it or leave it. It was what it was. And so the offer to Mr. Stevenson was what it was. And we never, my team, my lawyers on our team, never received back a counter in any sort of form, right? To anything other than what Shakur Stevenson said was a 50-50 fight. Now, Bob Arum, I'll chew his ass up and spit him out talking about that he's offering 50. If you, did you say that you were offering the 50%? Because the attorney said that the offer was from Mr. Stevenson, which was absurd. Being that we came into your office, right, for a fight with George Kambosos because we wanted to fight with George Kambosos, but Lou DiBella said that he had to go to your office to make the fight happen. So we go to your office to fight happen because you said that Lomachenko was going to fight, but it was the war. Lomachenko ain't been at no war, man, never. Lomachenko right now is not at no war. Let's expose that one. You dig? He been fighting or talking about fighting all through the war. The war's still going on. We got another war that's going on, man. Knock it off, man. We ran through Top Rank like a hot knife runs through butter. We showed up in the building, said, what you got? Stick your hands up. It's a robbery because we got the best fighter in boxing, period. Best jab, best footwork, best everything in boxing. We worked our way up. All those fighters, including Gamboa from the very beginning that you started at, had just gave a hell of a fighter in Javante Davis 2 black eyes. Go look it up. Think about it. Now, Javante Davis knocking shit out the park. He's known as a home run hitter. But it took 12 rounds to tackle Mr. Gamboa, and he got 2 black eyes suffering it. Tell him, take a look. We're looking at resumes. Go look at that first. Why are you talking about that? And you tell me anybody else that then gave Tank some black eyes and tell him that ain't work. So if you see somebody on a broken Achilles and giving him work, tell me what you gonna go in there and do. And that's why me and Mr. Nestor Gibbs had a conversation about it and said, well, man, if he don't stop him, then you know what people gonna say, right? That he was a washed-up fighter. I said, no, it's gonna be good for his career to get in there with a fighter of that magnitude. And if he don't get touched, beat him with one hand, because we had a broke hand in that fight, beat him with the one hand, our level of confidence and where we at as a fighter is going to be good to get to this Lomachenko and this Regis Prograis. It was a great next fight. And, like I said, nobody else wanted to fight him like that. Nobody after. Gamboa was high risk, low reward because of the age, but we knew it. Now, who was the next one? Who was the next
Linares.
fighter? Linares. Linares had just ran Ryan Garcia out of the WBC. He had Ryan Garcia problems.
Bill, that ain't no black eye, man.
What you mean there ain't no black eye? You got to look at the
I'm
motherfucker. You got to look
showing
at
it
it
to you.
close.
I'm
You got
showing it
listen,
to you.
listen.
That's a little bit of an abrasion, maybe. Some bruising, but black
Oh,
eye.
listen.
You
Yes,
you see it,
a
right?
motherfucking black eye. Yes, I'm looking at it.
All right.
Yes, I'm looking at it. Hold on. Go in the locker room. Do the locker room photos. They keep
Damn,
looking
I
at
got.
it.
All right,
Yeah,
let me
keep.
see if
No,
I
no.
can
What I'm
find
saying is,
that.
no. While we're talking, let the people do that. And if the people don't, because I can go find one of the shit. But we're gonna keep on talking. I dropped it. Let them, you know what I mean, marinate with that. Let's go to the next person. Jorge Linares. Jorge Linares, listen. Jorge Linares had dropped a pound for pound great, sat him on his ass in Lomachenko. Dangerous fighter, had more knockouts than Tank had fights, so on and so forth. He was the guy that was pulling up on all the youngsters, what you call a real gatekeeper that's saying, okay, if you really like that, then get past me. I don't care who you are. He was pulling up on every youngster, and Dev pulled up on him and gave him the fight. And guess what? The ship got hit with one of them big joints that he has and he still possesses as an older fighter, and you got to watch out for it. So it was a great next fight. Who's the next guy?
After
Cambosos, right? Oh no, JoJo.
Jojo Diaz.
Now, Jojo Diaz, another fighter that's a young OG that's saying, I done been there. And for me, right, for him, because he didn't had the Gary Russell fight that had a big fight that propelled his confidence that he had been a champion and now he has to get back there. And Devin is this young dude that without this experience, and I'm going to overwhelm him. And with that fight, we got a little bit of resistance that we needed. We needed that resistance for Devin to push forward. So JoJo gave and brought out what you would also see later on as we go along. You know what I'm saying? Which them being a southpaw and them saying what southpaws do and all that made us challenge southpaws of anything and made me say that Devin is the best fighter in the world, because where Floyd avoided the southpaws, Devin ran to him. You'll see as we keep going on. Now who was the next one after that?
The two Cambosos fights.
Okay, the two Cambosos fight. The southpaw killer has pulled up on George Cambosos after George Cambosos has knocked down Teofimo Lopez, arguably on the pound for pound. He was on the pound for pound list when George Kambosos knocked him down, beat him up, and ultimately took all the confidence that a young fighter has to go back and get. And he said, you're gonna have to come. He went on the tour, told everybody and anybody, you can come get the belts. You might think whatever, but you got to come to Australia to get them. And everyone said, you're crazy. You're going to lose. the fans, the politics. So at this point in time, now we have our fight against politics, the machine, Top Rank, 3-fight deal, and all the whole shit. Devin can't take his coach, right? So now he's going without his coach to Australia, and we break one more barrier, right? In terms of that, which will help later on down the fight as we go along, right? Now, the next fight with George Kambosos, although the people don't want to see it, we know that George Kambosos is just as hungry, and now we have to go back to Australia, but we have to also enjoy being an undisputed champion, right? And something that most champions, I can go to Ness and say, Ness say, man, you got a hometown fight you can go do right now. You're undisputed. Fuck the belts. You know what I mean? You've earned it, right? So now it becomes a barrier where now we decide that are we going to fall under that? You go and it's a hometown. Do you go back on the road? Do you go to 140 like we're doing and have a fight against anyone because we can't make the weight, right? Just go bulk instead of going lean. Go stronger instead of going faster, right? We made the decision to then go back over there and do it again because it was for the money and it was for the record books because there's only according to Nest that we saw that has done this shit has been Canelo and Devin. So that fight and that was very instrumental and it was very, very dangerous as well too. But Devin went back in there and pitched a shutout. Now we have Lomachenko, who at 135 pounds, we've done everything. And I've told Top Rank, I want to do good business with you guys. I want to have a working relationship. I want it always to be straight. Are you sure that Lomachenko is the guy that we want? Because we want the best guy, period. We got the belts. We can pick. We can the mandatories, all the other shit. None of that shit means anything. We got all the belts. They said Lomachenko, which was pivotal for us because then we're not only doing great business, but we're also fighting a legendary promoter like Top Rank, their best fighter, and giving them action at all 4 belts, right? So while doing that and going against ultimately what was a machine to overthrow Devin and overthrow the ideology that a fighter can come all the way from Mexico, just him and his dad, and get all the way to there. That was a fight. That was a fight between a crowd, a very knowledgeable crowd in the United States of America that will cheer and applaud a narrative where you have a fight, a real true fans in Australia that are operating on integrity. And if their fighter ain't doing nothing, they're not educated to go along with the narrative that represents what fight fans in the United States can do. But these things, we were already built to go up against these things, starting out at that, with humble beginnings at that beautiful bar, El Pedo, Salido, in Devin's early in his career. And also, and I got to give a shout out to Monte Plata, that tournament that we had in the Dominican Republic, where all the whole stadium and everyone is going against you, and you learn to gain their respect. Every day that we would go back, every fight that we would go back to Mexico, the people would look forward to us coming, but we knew they had a job to do and we had a job to do. Their job was to boo, and our job was to go in there and entertain, right? All those times have prepared Devin to be the fighter that he is, to deal with the adversity, deal with the ridicule, deal with the shame. How I'm comfortable with understanding is that no, we're not the first, and nor will we be the last. It's a guy named Floyd Mayweather that I tell Leonard all the time. I said, Leonard, I'm so happy we going through all that shit y'all used to go through. You see what I'm saying? Because when they said Floyd had brittle hands, they said Devin had pillow hands. When they said Devin couldn't sell, they said Floyd couldn't sell an arena. Devin sold an arena the same way. You see, they said that he's not going to fight nobody. They said that he's boring. They says he's boring. He doesn't fight nobody. I mean, all of the things to be great, you must overcome. But to walk in your greatness, you got to understand, okay, what does that mean? So, alhamdulillah, that we have all these things, that people saying all this shit. Because guess what? The guys that's really not like it, they can't stand up under it, so the people don't give it to them. They have fun trying to, you know what I mean? Have fun. When they come out cheering, they get in their outfits and all, you sit next to their girl, knowing their girl is cheering for us and they cheering against us, you know what I'm saying? And they go home giving energy. They go home sharing energy. So all this stuff about, we just sold out a stadium in Australia, a whole stadium, not just an arena, a stadium. We did another arena in Australia. We did another arena at the MGM Grand. You know what I'm saying? We did a arena at the Michelob Arena. Now we're here at the Chase Center, the home of the Golden State Warriors and Devin Haney. Oh my, how time flies when you're doing the right thing and having fun. Ness, let's open up the callers, man. Let's see what the people got to say, man. Because, see, I don't hide behind on there. Y'all can call up. I'm an everyday person, and Devin is the everyday people's champ. We can answer the tough questions. We don't need you to, to assassinate Danny or assassinate Ness because they won't come on here and 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 adhere to your fake propaganda. You know what I'm saying? You can come on here and challenge me. I'll be on here till I'm blue in the face. You know what I mean? The cows come home screaming loud to the top of the mountain. Devin Haney is the best fighter in the world.
Well, I do want to start with this.
There was that offer from Devin Haney. I believe it was 25% to Shakur. He's been vocal about why he didn't take it. He kind of thought maybe going the WBC route, maybe being a mandatory through them. He couldn't force it.
Let me tell you something. That offer, that wasn't an offer. That was all bullshit. That was also, talking in the media. There was no proposal on Haney's part to fight Shakur. None at all. As a matter of fact, when we talked to Bill, he didn't seem anxious for Devin to fight Shakur, pretty much because Devin was having trouble with the weight and is looking to establish a beachhead at 140 pounds.
So,
He's
Mr.
basically
Bob
trying to
Arum,
say that
wait a
he's
minute.
saying that
You
you're
don't basically listen. Let me answer to Mr. Bob Arum. Is why did Shakur Stevenson come out to the media, and why didn't we continue to do what we were doing in terms of negotiating? I never stopped. I was talking to your legal team, the same legal team that you walked me into the office with. So any offer or not offer never stopped at my desk. I'm talking to the attorney that represents Shakur Stevenson. So real or not real, you never countered, right? You never said anything. My phone, right? So Shakur Stevenson came out and said, "I'm not going to take it." Listen, it's now. One thing that I want to also ask you is, we've heard this stuff about the promoter. Who does the promoter work for? Or does the fighter work for the promoter, or does the promoter work for the fighter?
you know that
Ness?
the fighter works. I mean, the promoter works for the fighter.
Okay, so while Bob Arum is talking and negotiating, does Bob Arum work for us or does he work for Shakur Stevenson?
For Shakur,
Okay, so although it be bullshit, Bob, I feel like the offer that you gave us was bullshit. But guess what? We took it. We called you on your bluff. You dig? Yeah. Now, so whatever you believe or you don't think, we called you on it. We came up in that office and ran like a hot knife through butter. You know we did, Bob. We came in and checked the millions. You the best that ever done it, and you will put a paper in front of a person quick that's advantageous to you, Mr. Arum. And that's what we appreciate about you. Some guys gonna call you up on your offer, and some guys aren't. There was nothing that you put on the table for Mr. Shakur Stevenson. Everything that I offered because it was from the people. I offered and said that I would make that thing happen. You did not. So I think that's why we're in the place that we're in. Because we go after them and we say that there's if the two fighters want to happen, the promoters can't stand in their way about anything. Because if one promoter don't got it, another promoter does. Or another network. If one network got it, has it, or another one. Excuse me, let me say that correct. If one network doesn't have it, then the next network can. What you cannot do is explain to a fighter that they are forced to fight under conditions that are not advantageous to their career where they can go out and get another situation because you work for them, not the other way around. If you work for me, then how am I going to have to be contractually signed to something that's not good for me, man? I don't want to do it. If Explain that. But explain that if you work for me, why are you talking to the network and not me? Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's the other guy. That's y'all having that problem. If you work for me, you just said the promoter works for me. So you work for Shakur. So why does Shakur have to fight on Thursday night for your benefit? Because you said that's what you did, a favor for the network. Does the favor reciprocate back to Shakur or does it reciprocate back to you, Mr. Aaron?
I mean, it reciprocates to Shakur financially, right? He's being financially paid for his
Oh,
services.
okay. So it's a decision that they both made to do that. So it's an equal decision. So they're equally culpable,
I
whether
mean,
it's a success or a failure.
I wouldn't go as far as equal, but I would say yes in a sense, Bill,
Okay.
because if
So
Devin got offered a
Shakur can
fight, Devin doesn't
no
have to
no no.
take it.
So we can benefit if we go get a money fight, but if the fight doesn't do anything and it's not interesting for the people and it's not anything, then that's okay, according to that logic. And I'm
I
just saying that
mean,
logic.
you heard what he said. The person they doing a favor for ESPN who goes a long way to pay their bills.
Okay, so I was doing a favor for boxing by putting 25% on the table for Mr. Stevenson, right? And they didn't take it. And that's all you have to do is just like we did, because your offer was preposterous. So, Bob, please don't be a schmuck.
All right, we got plenty of questions from the people. First one coming from Rue in New Orleans, the 504. Do you think people are underestimating Devin's power?
They're underestimating his precision, his timing, that equals to be power. And underestimating anyone is not good, right? I always say that these are the best fighters in the world, and it's something that's special about Dev that that a great fighter will bring out something special, right? But you need that kind of competition, you need that talent. And I think that the resume and what we've done has shown at 24 years old, he's younger. So when you talk about he's younger than his other contemporaries, and he's able to accomplish and take a chance in those fights and grow. And of course, once you ask a fighter um, to grow, what you don't want to do is, but you will take a step back if you need to, right? What you have with Teofimo Lopez had great momentum. He's growing as a fighter. He's doing things, but he had to take a step back, right? He suffered a loss, right? And then he had to take a step back to then step back up. And I'm happy for the Lopez's and what they've done. How he's resurging with confidence and that the Taylor fight and he's back in the his name is back in the thick of things and not at a rehab. His name ain't at a rehab somewhere or you know what I mean? Some other shit. You know what I mean?
All right. Few more,
We got
bunch
any
more,
callers?
bunch more.
We got
We
any
do
we
got
got
we
any
do
callers?
got we do got one caller that wants to talk to you, but I'm waiting for him to connect. That's average boxing fan. You got a counterpunch from JT to talk to Bill. In the meantime, we got Jesse Hernandez from West Covina, California. Hey, coach, at what age did you see Devin? No, at what age did you see that Devin had something special in boxing? Was it something you envisioned for your son, or did Devin seek boxing at a young age?
No, he's extremely competitive. He's one of those kids that'll try to fight the bigger kid. He'll try to run, outrun. He's really, really competitive to the point that he wasn't a great teammate in football, right? Although he's a great athlete, he was a running back, scored a lot of touchdowns, but he wasn't a great teammate because he wanted everything to depend on him. He wanted because he played both sides of the ball, right? But that's not, as a team, you got to work on each other. So I knew then I had a guy that had a hidden individual talent, right? So we started a gym, opened up a gym, and it was called the Hit Factory, Hidden Individual Talent. And just I would just see Devin grow much more. His passion and his dedication just grew as he got older. To now, he's not only just um, conscious just with the physical. He's also conscious with his eating and his diet and his just approach. So I've always noticed from very young, I mean extremely young, his competitive nature. But as time went on, I understood and learned that he's he's a solo guy. He's a solo competitor versus being a team sport kind of guy. And then that from there, I noticed my son Sean have that same kind of drive, that same kind of competitiveness, but he wasn't a fighter. He didn't fight everywhere he went. So I decided to put him in tennis. A smooth sport that if I told him, I said, Sean, now the ball, they're going to try to hit the ball away from you. If you want the Rolls Royce, you want the big money, you want all that, you're going to go get that ball and hit it back across. Now, the more conditioned, the better. The later the play, you're going to be being able to keep getting to that ball, right? And that's where Sean bought into that. And I said, listen, you can live a long, healthy life. You can get money. You can do all the stuff. But it was about being exposed. I think exposing your kids to what they're good at. Devin was already fighting in school, so exposing him to a gym was just kind of natural. With Sean, exposing Sean to the tennis court because he's smooth, he know how to fight, he's competitive, but he's not a fighter in the sense of a boxer, right? So I put that racket in his hand. So yeah, good luck with you, Queen.
Hmm. We have Ryan in Canada, one of our members. He says, from Toronto, Canada, love the work you have done behind the scenes. Can you tell us what is the hardest part about making these quote unquote super fights that fans want to see from your perspective?
Well, when we was regular and we was climbing up the ladder, I thought, you know what I mean? I didn't know what it was going to take to make the super fights. But when we got super, and then we said that, okay, oh, the guys, they ain't trying to do the do. For real. The guys that you think, they don't be like that. They don't. We saw them coming up the ladder and we see them at the top of the game. And we just don't think they like that, you know? Um, but in time, one fan at a time. This is one thing. We started on YouTube and we started in TJ. So, you know what I mean? All this shit is excuse me, stafallah. Everything that we doing is alhamdulillah. You know what I mean? Everything is it just feels so great. The position that we in. They say no to us. Like, look, on December the 9th, they said it was going to be all these fights, and Bill worried about.
You got a call. And I see people asking me to ask this and ask that. Listen, you know what to do, man. Bill takes the calls and he takes the questions. So drop your question.
Yeah, yeah, come on here with it. Yeah, but come on here. This is the boxing voice, the voice of the people, the voice of the streets. And Ness does a great job, you know what I mean, being the voice of you. But when you got Bill up here and you got Devin, the best fighter in the world, you can come on here and say it yourself. You don't got to hide. You see, with them other guys, that's the fake narrative. Get the reporter and all that and have the questions, have the reporter under the finger of the promotion, meaning if they say the wrong thing, they're not going to get the tickets to the fight. You say the wrong thing, you won't be able to cover the fighter. You say the wrong thing, come on, man, that's tough. And they do a tough job. That's why I go on various platforms. I wouldn't care if you had, you know what I mean, many or you had a lot or none at all, really. You know what I'm saying? I still support your energy and your passion for something that pays us. This really pay us. You know what I'm saying? This boxing shit, we live off this. This is what I pay for my kid, for Sean's education in tennis, what Bella's education at Montessori school. You know what I mean? So we love and we appreciate that. That's why I come on and I say, man, have him click on. Let me give him that energy, man. Let me talk to him, man. Let me give him some love, man. You see what I'm saying? But the reason why Dev, man, Pop, explain this shit to these people, man, because you done been there from day one, because they're going to try to twist, they're going to try to come with this other shit, and then he is like, and then he thinks, so I'm thinking I'm about to whoop their ass with the truth. Dev is like, I'm going to whoop their ass with his fist. I say, Dev, we're not going to be able to, we only going to get this guy right now, and then this guy, man, I want to whoop them all. I want to whip them all, Dad, I want to whip them all. You see what I'm saying? And Danny, is that not his mentality?
Nah, for sure.
That's his
Definitely.
mentality. That's mentality. So I come on here and I have fun with you guys because I love representing not a great talent in Dev, but I love representing the heart that he has. You see what I mean? And then I love killing the narrative that you had to have heart. You gotta have heart because you hustled in the park. You see what I mean? No. It's good kids that never hustled in the park, nigga, that got all the heart in the world that could get to the top of the game, Ness. The top of the game, Ness, without hustling. Ness, I love it. I was the fool. I was the one. They know it. They know it. That's why they don't come here and say it. They fools if they think that the private school kids, the kids that get homeschooled, the kids that listen to their parents ain't like that, like that. Look at Steph Curry. Look at LeBron James. Look at Shaquille O'Neal. So here now we have boxing and we trying to push it forward, but we trying to push those parents out the door. Come on, we know why the boxing is suffering like buffering and with a big headache. Because you pushed the parents, you separated the mother, you separated the father and the son. You separated the mother and the son. Of course you're gonna have chaos. Of course, Mr. Aram, you want to discredit a successful black man that has only thing I've been is doing is negotiating with you guys. My phone has been open. So for you to say that it's bullshit and say that it's not real, then that would be saying that Lou DiBella and his team were not real when they put their deal on the table. However real or however bullshit you think, it's real, sir. It was real and you know it was real. That's why Shakur Stevenson left when it got hot and didn't counter, because you didn't think we were going to come back and answer for the people. Very few fighters do this. Danny, very few fighters, very few managers and promoters have ever been able to do it in life, to have the kind of guy that I got.
Bill, we got one call we're going to mix in and get back to dozens of questions that we have. J Matt,
Yo.
your brother wanted you to call in and talk to
Oh,
Bill.
okay. Well, I mean, good morning,
Hey, good
Bill.
morning.
I'm
Good
just,
morning.
it's a glorious morning. I just like to remind the TBB community what a pleasure it is to live amongst in a lower Haney era and in Terrence Crawford era. Because I got to remind these guys what it is to be amongst this greatness. Because every morning they wake up, their favorite fighters at
Alhamdulillah.
135 stuck, wishing they took the 25%, wishing they would have took the fight, did everything else but let's fight and stuff like that. So I got to remind them. So that's what my job is on TBV, to make sure these dudes stay reminded. So I just come on. I don't know why my brother sent me on here. I really didn't have much to say. I was a little caught off guard. Well, man, shout out to what you're doing on some real shit. Shout out to what you're doing with Devin. I liked how you broke that down with watching how he got into his craft. Me and my brother, we very big on how we are with our kids. We actually got some superstars ourselves, not to brag, but
Alhamdulillah. Yes,
and
alhamdulillah.
some of the
That's
same
good.
things you pointed out, and watch your kid and watch how he
Why?
how he shaped up to be who he is. Some of the things we
Let
talk
me
about all the
let me
time,
ask you
just
why
watching your kids,
why
studying
would
your kids'
King,
characteristics
let
and
me ask
shit,
you this.
and making sure they understand. Making sure they
Let,
are who they are and stuff like. But man, hey man, look, get out there, do what y'all need to do against Regis. I'm hoping and with the power thing, man, Devin just need to be precise and be disciplined and let all that catch up, man. The greatest fighters didn't always have knockout power, but I know sharpness and timing and all that can just play a part in it. So just be efficient and be effective, and we'll see what we get. And I mean, all these
can
fighters
I ask you
banking
this,
on their
King?
power is gonna be the death of why they lose some fights when they finally step up and fight guys that can actually fight.
J Mac,
That's all I
he
got on
want to
this.
ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Hey, why? Because you're doing an excellent job, and I can already tell your passion and your energy as a dad. But King, brag about it, man. We brag about everything else in life, but our kids, they need to hear it. And that's why I said is my son, I don't never let too many opportunities go by that I talk about Devin and I don't talk about Sean or I don't talk about Bella. You know what I'm saying? Little Bill or something like that. You know what I mean? They need to hear it, King. This is what they live for with us. They live to, and if we don't brag about them, who else? You gonna leave it for Bob to come on and judge it and talk about it? Man, Bob 90,000 years old. That's their problem. Everybody want Bob to come in and save the day. You see what I'm saying? But with social media, right? A fighter that's really bout it is able to get his message off. He's able to come on here and
You may
you
feel
know.
like it's a
So
title,
yeah,
but it's not
yeah.
your title.
Why they saying boxing is dead? It's more live than ever because it's the fighter is direct to consumer. You want a guy to buy your fight? Come on here and talk about it, man. Come on to Boxing Voice. You want a person to show up at your fight? Come on to the Boxing Voice and let's talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Direct to consumer. All that. You got Bob in your way and all that talking about Bob is speaking for this and all that. How can if you've told the promoter kick back, I'm doing the talking because I don't like the way this thing is gonna go. Listen, you let every other fighter, you let Lomachenko get away from me, Bob. How am I going to let Devin Haney get away? That's why we control our legacy. That's why we started at in Tijuana, because Tijuana gave us the opportunity to be bosses. And everybody laughing, ha ha ha. You know, no, Mexico gave us an opportunity to be bosses. And every time that we would get inside that ring, every time that we would talk to the promoter that was doing the show, every time I would tell him, how's your tickets going good? Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Are you going to come back? Are you going to come back? Yeah, but you know, one day, I wish you guys well, but one day we're going to go to America and we're going to be big, real big. He says, I know, right? But I say that this is a process. You can't skip the process. Now, the thing about the team Mayweather and Leonard Ellerby, he says that you got to be bringing something to the table. You got to generate revenue. Well, there's only two fighters that fight pay-per-view under 140. Who are they? Who are those two fighters? Ness, do you know? Or Ring Walk, do you know?
Devin and Tank.
Yeah.
Devin and Tank. Devin and Tank. You know, which is you. That's great company. That's what you want. You want a dance partner, right? Because listen, he could have what Tank could have is not have a dance partner that's a pay-per-view fighter, right? That would be the latter. But it's alhamdulillah that he has it. Devin could be there and it would not and not have a Tank Davis. Alhamdulillah that Tank is who he is. I never say that. Only come on here and kill these fools off saying that Dev ain't the best dance partner for any other fighter, right? Legacy, the money, the rivalry, all that. So why can't I argue for that? I didn't say that what the fighter was gonna do and he gonna smoke him, he gonna beat him up, he gonna knock him down. He ain't nothing. We didn't listen. They got the best every time. I ain't said all that shit, man. I said you cannot find another better dance partner in a big fight than Devin Haney right now.
I got Majid. Talk to us.
Yo,
We
Yo,
hear
what's up?
you.
You
yo.
hear me?
We hear you, champ.
Okay. What up, Bill? Um, Shit, man. I feel like my shit was pretty simple. First, I wanted to give you credit and shit. For what you're doing with your son. Y'all took the hard road. I remember arguing with people when y'all had the Ryan Garcias and all of them, and they was finding every step in the ring, acting like they wanted to smoke, and then they fell back and all that. You know what I'm saying? Every excuse. I'm gonna save him for the last because he the best fighter. All that shit. My question was, all right, I believe that like I'm the biggest fight I want to see right now before your son is fucking Shakur Stevens. You know what I'm saying? And he fucked up with that deal that y'all had throughout. He said no. Is there any possibility in the future that y'all get back to the table and renegotiate, or that's just a one and done? He done missed his shot. It's over. That's all I had, and
Look.
I got y'all beating the shit out of Regis. People getting mad because I don't believe that he could win 3 rounds and shit. Possible stoppage, but yeah, man, that's just my question. Will y'all ever get back to the table and renegotiate? Cause the fans want this shit. We try and pay that $85 for it if it happened, man. But shout out to you and your team, man. Your other kids doing their sport, man. I believe y'all gonna make it. All right, Ness. That's all. Appreciate it.
All
Until
right.
appreciate it.
Ab- Absolutely, and that's a great question. But we never left the negotiation table. You know what I mean? Like we never came to. And let me tell you this though, the shit that man, shout out to Shakur, his grandfather, and all of them for all the work that they didn't put in. I know the kind of fighter he is, and I know that nobody was giving him no offers, no nothing. He was having a problem. That's why Devin stepped up for the people and started negotiating with them. We never came back and said anything. We kept talking. We kept talking. We kept talking. There was nothing that they said made sense. Nothing. And they will tell you nothing made sense. So what I did was, I'm the one that came up with the 25%. And I told Dev, and I said, well, I saw this 25% because they keep saying 50%. Wallahi, that swear to God, that was all that they ever said was 50%. So I came up with the 25% while negotiating, where I'm thinking that I'm negotiating, and now you coming and saying, Bob, that out of all the time that I could have been spending with my kids, and you tell me that I'm talking to the lawyer for you guys, and it's not real, and it's all bullshit. Well, what would be, listen, so what would not be bullshit because you didn't tell me that either. So what would not be bullshit, right, would be a counter, but there's no counter to that, right? And the thing about it is, I said this is, it wouldn't be this complicated if you guys just told the truth and Shakur, you took the flat fee like Dev took for no percentages, no nothing, because you didn't even have a belt. So why would you need a percentage? Why would we convolute the bullshit, right? And why would a Hall of Fame promoter like Bob Arum act like that they don't know how to make a big fight? Of course you know how to make a big fight. Have you ever seen anybody come in and rob a bank with no mask? They have their wanted sign and all the stuff, and they don't go to jail. Everybody's seen us go to Top Rank and do the 3 fights, and they said that Devin is going to lose. He's going to lose. Bob Arum is going to get him. He's never going to beat it, and then you don't say nothing. We go not only win, we win the belts, the money, the position, and everything, and then go back across the street and do a deal with Eddie Hearn. Just to show y'all, because y'all said that, oh, he re-signed with Bob, he re-signed with Bob. No, he didn't. Dev went and did a deal with Eddie Hearn. One fight. One fight.
Bill, I got Huang in Houston. Just wanted to thank you for being an inspiration to those who overcame the streets. Free Palestine. Then we got
Absolutely.
Gator, don't play. You the man, Bill. Then we got Heavy Chevy Boy. Brandon in Phoenix, Heavy Chevy guy on Discord. This is a 2-part question. What's your thoughts about Shakur's new trending nickname, Shakita Twitterson, and do you think there is any truth to the name? Second question, which you should only allowed one. Bill, you there?
Oh shit, I think he got a call.
Nah, he's there. You there? I can't hear you. Make sure you didn't
Yeah,
unmute.
yes.
Oh.
No, yeah, I wasn't. I was in the store, so, but I'm listening to both questions. I'm answering. Go ahead. Say the second question. Ness. I got you.
He says, will you be in attendance for the fight tomorrow? And can the fans expect an appearance from Devin, not only in attendance, but inside the ring, in the post-fight, or of the main event? And I guess he means for Shakur's fight Thursday,
Yeah,
which
man.
is tomorrow.
Which is tomorrow, and I hope that damn it, damn it. Hello, can you
Yup,
hear
Yes,
me?
yup.
we hear you. We hear you.
All right, yeah, man. I apologize, man. My phone be ringing, but yeah, I supported it. I bought some tickets. I bought some tickets to the fight. Of course, Thursdays are one of my most busiest days with the kids and all that kind of stuff. I don't really get off until the weekend, and Devin with training and stuff like that. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to hang out on Thursday night. But I did buy some. I did buy some tickets to support it.
All right, all right. We got Dodge Hyatt. What's up, Mr. Bill Haney?
Oh
If
no,
the
Ness. It was another question though. You didn't. You answered. That was a two-part
Yes, you're
question. What was
right.
the
You're
other part?
right. You're right. What's your thoughts on the Shakira Twitterson name, and do you believe there's truth behind to the name?
Hey, listen. The thing about it is, you got to be a bad motherfucker to do what Devin has done. I don't call Shakur out his names. I don't say all those things. I think he's a great fighter. I just know that it's something special about Dev. Dev is able to pull up on the Lomas, the Tanks, the Shakurs, and send the offers and shit to Gary Russells and all that other stuff. But um, let's celebrate Dev, who Dev is, without tearing down who Shakur is. You know what I mean? Um, of course, when you got a good fighter, right? You got a good fighter in the fight. He gonna make the other fighters say all that kind of crazy shit and all that other stuff. So I want to celebrate the fact that Dev ain't nobody outside of Dev gonna make Shakur do all that stuttering, all that fumbling, all that, you know what I mean? Other shit. But the people, the time that we spend talking about Shakur or tearing him down is wasted time when you can celebrate a fighter that has rose from where places where you thought that they couldn't do. You thought that a kid that's not that didn't grow up in the streets selling drugs couldn't become one of the most feared boxers in the world, right? That's telling the truth. So they all say they say the opposite. Oh, you know, he's boring or he's pillow fisted or whatever. But it's the exact opposite. What he's really is sharp as shit, right? And really he's exciting because it's exciting when you put your favorite fighter in there. You put your favorite fighter in there, and he gets handicapped. You put a fighter in there that you think that's about to do something, he gets handicapped. That's a difference. That's the art of boxing. And I know a lot of people, until some hardcores like you guys and different other content creators can actually explain the sport, then the casuals, the new fans that's looking at it will understand what they're looking at. Right? Because you have to explain. You have that nice chick and she's sitting there and you guys are having whatever you're drinking. You explain to them the art and the science of boxing. You don't just explain that, oh, all I like is a knockout. All I like is a knockout. A knockout. Well, then it would be called knockout and not called boxing. This is the boxing voice. This is not knockout voice. The knockout, the knockout. We love the knockout. That's all. That's what puts ass in the seat, the knockout. Well, why is it called the knockout voice? And let me tell you one thing about a guy that knocks people out: scared to death. Scared. Listen, to be up in that motherfucker and somebody is throwing 8 ounces at your face for 36 minutes straight, listen, scared to death that you about to get knocked out. And you trying to knock this guy out in this shit so you can go home and you can fucking relax because your nerves is bad, the team is bad. Oh my God. Oh my God. When is it gonna come? When is it gonna come? When is it gonna come? Man, we be up in that motherfucker, relax, cooking them, cooking their ass. That's boxing. That's where you have 30-0 and the mileage. I look at that record and you look at that and you say, damn, Well, Devin is 30-0, but no black eyes, no shit on his face, no none of that, right? But he 24 years old, because it's the art and the science of boxing. But if you think that you're going to knock out every conversation, and you think that you're going to knock out every narrative with just going to talk to this one reporter. So I'm gonna knock that shit. I'm gonna talk to a reporter instead of actually spending the time to go explain the shit your fucking self. That's what. See, that's why when you look at life and you on that knockout shit, you trying to get through it and not get to it. You're not properly prepared for what's in front of you. You trying to deal with it. And listen, we always want and pull for that guy. We pull for that guy. When is he gonna do it? But we also secretly pull for that other guy that says, I hope he don't get knocked out. Damn.
Bill, let me
He
interject.
don't.
I got a couple people here that called in for you. I got up first Bougie and
Wait,
Broward.
Ness, hold on. Let me,
I'm out, my bad.
listen, give me 1 second. So you want to see secretly low key the underdog feeling. Everybody got to, you don't want to see that guy get knocked out, but you openly are too scared to root for David. So you have to root for Goliath, because if Goliath, what, man, we ain't gonna get, or we ain't gonna get the interview, we ain't gonna get to the fight, we ain't gonna get this. But really, we got the heart of David, and we will slay any of them dudes. And I don't want to use that religious, but I'm thinking Devin being the best, and y'all can go pick whoever and put him in there. Go get the baddest, toughest guy, the whatever, and put him in there. Why? Okay, just if and if that guy is the number one guy, why would he be not? How do you get to be the face of boxing and you don't knock on Devin Haney's door? Okay, I'm finished.
You heard Leonard. Leonard said, y'all got to bring more to the table.
Well, listen, we bring more to the table than any fighter the guy that never fought to get to be the guy that he's got. How do you get to be the guy that you got, but you not fought the guy that brings more to the table than any guy you ever fought? It makes zero sense. That's why I would never sign my son away to anything that he doesn't have his own ability to negotiate and seize the opportunity, because that can't be explained, right? So if they're explaining shit like that, they're explaining stuff to their fighters. And I'm saying this, that's okay to have the partnership, but you have to have language in there that when I want to seize that opportunity, the fighter is able to seize the opportunity.
Bougie.
Yo, you get me?
Yep.
We hear you. What up, champ?
Salam alaikum, Trill Bill. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Rahman to Allah wa barakatuh, bro. Thank you.
Shout out to J Matt. Appreciate the counterpunch, J Matt. J Matt was the caller you were talking to before about his sons and how they about to be future superstars. So him and we the only one in the back call. We got this back call on Discord. We the only one that support what Lord Haney does. I'm a big advocate on what Lord Haney does. He's a fighter. He does what he's supposed to do in the sport, which is fight. He's the definition of boxing. And like J Matt said, people favorite fighter, they either sitting around waiting on their boss to tell them where to go, or they either didn't take the offer that you guys sent, nor counterpunch, but end up fighting on a Thursday night and still hollering about, oh, we could have did this, or we gonna do this or do that, saying everything but let's fight, or had the opportunity to show that they could beat Lord Haney, but guess what? They didn't. Lord Haney and y'all always run to the smoke. Y'all never ran away from the smoke, and that's what I respect about y'all the most. You feel me? It's just funny how the hate is real. How you support your son. You feel me? How y'all move? They mad because he the youngest rich nigga in the sport right now. Besides, up there with Tank, and he doing it by himself. Y'all doing it y'all way. You feel me? The best way. So, obviously when you get this much hate for no reason, you obviously doing something right. You get what I'm saying, Bill? But
Absolutely,
I'm a
King.
me and J Matt, we gonna continue recognizing real. You feel me? Because that's what we're gonna do. Real recognize real, and what you and Lord Haney doing is some real shit. You get what I'm saying? And I respect that. And
Absolutely.
you keep doing your thing. You know, I'm gonna follow your blueprint because my son want to follow. I'm following your print. I'm following Trill Bill
That's
print. You get what I'm
everything.
saying?
Hey,
Because
King,
that's
that's
that
everything.
print is the best
That's
print. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, because it's working. Go ahead, Trill Bill.
no. But for me as a father, that's all I ever want to see. The real ones come up and not somebody come up and say, "Man, that was fucked up how you did your son." Oh my God, man, why you didn't just hire somebody? Why you didn't just do this? Or why you hired the wrong person? Why this? Why that? Right? Because as your son, right, you got all the experience. Y'all got it. And for me to hear that, for me to hear you say that, that means everything in the world to us, bro. That's what it means, man. Everything. Keep doing what you're
It's
doing,
just
King.
real, recognize real, and that's it, bro. A lot of fighters ain't doing what y'all doing, bro, and I don't see why niggas hating on that, bro. You feel me? Put it back on,
Yeah,
Dave.
but
I
no,
don't
no,
see
no.
why
Let me
they.
tell
I
you
don't
this.
see why they hating, bro.
No, let me tell you this. All right, take
Yeah.
this, and please apply this to the game. Like, look at the people, right?
You may feel like
Nobody,
it's your
no,
time, but it's
yeah.
not your time.
Hey, no one right now. How old are your sons? How are your boys?
Bougie.
Say that again, Trill.
I said, how old are your boys?
No. My boy just turned 6 months today, man. 6 months. I
Okay,
saying
so
if he
watch this.
decide
All
to
right.
box,
All right,
if he
listen.
decide to
No,
box,
no, let me
bro.
tell you. Whatever he decided to do, Bougie, whatever he decided to do, ain't nobody giving him no attention. Nobody ain't giving my daughter, she 9, ain't nobody giving it, right? But one day, inshallah, right? Somebody is going to take time out their day and give them some energy, whether it be good or bad. Alhamdulillah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Alhamdulillah.
it's a lot of kids that ain't,
Alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah. Right. So when they're giving them energy, I'm talking about these is fly people too. They in big old matches. They call themselves hating, but really they giving us energy, right?
Right.
They could be on the block and they hating, but they giving us energy, and for that I love and I appreciate them. So I come back to give the
Lord
energy
Haney
back
in
to
their
them,
mouth, no matter what it is.
right?
Lord Haney stay in their
But
mouth.
you come back and it's a
I
difference.
love it.
What Bob said that Bob has said before that fans don't know shit, or that he might be selective and not talk to just an open panel and just let your business model. Go ahead, Bob, turn on the phone, let everybody call and hear what your business model is. Because our model is for the people. So it's easy to talk to the people because we for the people, about the people. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yes,
easy.
sir.
It's easier for me. Now the rest of the shit is bullshit. So I said with you and your boy, right? With you and
Uh huh.
when your baby,
Uh huh.
somebody come over there, somebody come over there and they say whatever that they say. Alhamdulillah that you are living and breathing to hear it, because man, it's a lot of fathers that can't, man.
Inshallah. Inshallah. But
Inshallah. You
listen,
know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Listen, December 9th is a showdown, bro. Lord Haney in the Fed. We finna make it do what it do, how we do it, the
Absolutely.
Haney way. You
Absolutely.
know how it is. We gonna still, me and J Matt, we gonna keep holding it down for all these ignorant, hating ass people out here. So we gonna make it
Yeah,
do
don't
what
go
it
too
do,
hard on them.
man. Shout out to
Yeah,
you.
don't go.
Appreciate it,
Yeah,
Ness.
don't go too
Appreciate
hard
it,
on
Bill
them.
Haney. Good luck to y'all. Ain't no really no luck, but handle y'all business December 9th, man. Let's make it do what it do.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely, King.
got another one, Bill Treese in Toledo, Ohio. After that, we got the big one, Tank Jr.
Trees, what up, man?
Treese. You don't sound good, Treese. Take that Bluetooth off. Nope, that
Yeah,
ain't
no
working.
dice, no dice.
All right, all right. We gonna get to Tank. Yo, we gonna get the Tank Jr. in a bit.
Tank
Uh,
Jr.
yes, sir.
Tank Jr. That's his name?
Yeah, right. It's Tank
Man,
Jr.
bring
Right, champ?
Yo,
Yo, 916. Yo.
What's up with you?
Oh, all right.
My fault. I got my little baby in my hand. She done knocked out my joint. Hey, good morning, everybody on here. It's my first call for Shelly Sean, but I'll be in the chat. I'll be in the Cash App. Hey, look, man. Bill Haney, shame on you. You got Sean. You got Bella. You putting them through private school. You're a bad father. Shame on you. You got Devin. You putting him through homeschool. Shame on you. You ain't keeping them in the hood. You ain't keeping them out there. Shame on you. You're a bad father. You hear what I'm saying? Hey, how's the quality? It's okay?
Nah, you sound like
No, that's
shit.
not him. That's Bill. That's Bill. Bill, put them headphones back on. Go ahead, champ.
All right, look. Now that I done got my words in, I'm just playing with him, man. We out here in Killer, California. We appreciate, what you're doing with the sport, with your son in there handling his business in the ring. You know what I mean? Look, December 9th, I'm going to be in the building. Me and my wife going to be in the building. We going to be watching. Y'all heard Regis' wife on there. What she say? When, that little corny motherfucker, what's his name? Sackback. Oh, Ellie. Devin look big, don't he? He look big. What she say? He going to have to cut that weight down. He going to have to cut that weight down. Look, man. Brad gonna be on there. He gonna get in that ring. He gonna handle that business. He gonna show him what that side step do. He gonna show him what them catches feel like, what that pop feel like. He gonna tell him what that check hook feel like. They keep saying he lost to Loma. He lost to Loma. Listen, bro. I don't see no one on the record. You know what I mean? I don't see no one on no record. So I don't see no loss. I done watched that fight about 6 times. I ain't see no loss. You know what I mean? So they talk about how happy he was when George beat Tio. Listen, they all in the chat this morning talking about he's a C-level fighter. So what does that make Tio? You know what I mean? Don't say Tio had a bad night. Don't say he was coming off, he was injured. He took the fight. He knew what was going on. He could have sidestepped it just like Virgil, just like, you know what I mean, Emanis, whoever did it. He could have sidestepped it and said, I'm not ready yet. But he took the fight. Got knocked down, handled his business. He took the L in his hometown, right? So what we talking about? Then bro went over there, handled business in Australia. Cool. Did what he had to do. Came back, handled business against Loma. Did what he had to do. Moved up, fighting a killer. What they say? Regis is ass. Why you fighting Regis when you could have stayed and fought Shakur? Listen, bro. What we doing? My man can't move wrong. He's 24 years old handling business, though. You know what I mean? So, look, I'm going to be in the building on the 9th. I'm coming through. We coming to support. Man, shout out to
King.
you.
You know you got like 2 more calls, champ. You good?
Man, make sure that you guys go to the pre-watch fight party in the Bay Area.
Pre-watch fight party where?
With the boxing voice, man. What are you talking about? Ain't this
the pre-fight? Yeah, the pre-fight. You threw us off with the pre-watch. Yeah, not the pre-fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no, we're
we're
gonna
gonna
have a
be
good
pre-watching.
time.
We're gonna be pre-watching. Everybody get ready. The content that's gonna be, we're gonna talk about, is gonna be amazing. Come out. The city is going to be lit. You know, who's doing it? Who has the opportunities? Listen, when Devin is getting money, so is everybody, the people. I mean, if you want to do it, you want to come out and you got something that you think could make it tick, you can make it be the shit, reach out to us. Reach out to Danny, reach out to Ness. Let's make it happen. We working with everybody because working together works.
Got who else here? We got Treese in Toledo, Ohio.
Yo.
All right, bet. That's what's up. What's going on, Bill? What's going on? I just
Hey,
wanted
blessings.
to jump on and of course. We already know what Devin gonna do, man. We fucking with Devin Haney around here in Toledo, Ohio, the long way. You feel me? But everybody know me, the mayor of Toledo. I just want to jump on and ask you some questions about my man's Albert Bill at the 130 pound division.
Absolutely.
I know that.
Bad motor scooter. Alhamdulillah, my Muslim brother, man. Shout out to Albert Bell. Now, if you were talking about somebody that don't want to fight him, they don't want to talk about Albert Bell out of Toledo, Ohio. Bad motor scooter. Undefeated. Man, listen, he went over to the top ranking, couldn't get a fight. They had to get rid of him. No, not even get rid of him. They told him, guess what they said to Albert Bell? They told Albert Bell, listen, I'm sorry. We're the best promoter in boxing, the Hall of Fame promoter, but we can't get your fight because nobody else want to fight you. So shout out to Albert Bell, and hopefully one day we can do some stuff together. Devin Haney Promotions and Albert Bell and his whole team in Toledo, Ohio. Toledo, Ohio,
Man,
inshallah.
inshallah. Because listen, we would love that. Listen, we fucks with, like I said, we fucks with Devin Haney the long way around here. Like I said, we going to have a close eye. I know y'all going to have a close eye on that Shakur fight. And like I say, Albert Bill and myself, we going to be having a close eye on that Navarrete fight against Conceição. And we just wondering how you think Navarrete going to look in that fight and what you think about Albert Bill possibly against Navarrete.
Oh, listen, I got Albert Bell winning against anybody and everybody. I mean, listen, he's a hell of a talent. He's been avoided. What he has to do is continue to stay focused, right? Do not let these bumps in the roads where he can't get these fights deter him. Stay ready for Navarrete, and anybody else in the division. He stay ready. I got Albert Bell over anybody. And the one thing about that Toledo, Ohio, that a lot of people don't know. It's very close to everybody talk about that Detroit and talk about that work out of Detroit. But when you talk about fighters on that end of town, you got to talk about Ohio, and Toledo is right up there at the top of a city that produced hell of good fighters, hell of a fighters.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. We got our guy Robert Easter out of Toledo, Ohio. We see him trying to
Yeah,
make a comeback as well. So yeah.
man. Shout out
So
to
yeah,
Robert,
yeah.
man. We
We
didn't have a lot of
appreciate you,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we had a lot of going back and forth with Robert Easton because Robert Easton is a bad motor scooter. No different than Shakur and the rest of these guys. That's why I tell him, I said, listen, because Devin comes in here and talks the way he talks, he backs it up because he says let's fight. The reason that they're shown to be inconsistent, the reason why they're shown to be inconsistent is because they say the opposite. They say the opposite of everything other than saying, let's fight.
Trees, salute. We probably got our first Haney detractor, average boxing fan. What up?
Buenos dias, buenos dias. First off, Bill, I want to congratulate you and your son for what you're
Buenos
doing,
dias.
bro. I think any father would love to fucking take their child to the top of any sport. Second of all, man, these Lord Haney followers got to stop calling in with this fake Muslim shit. Bougie, stop that shit. You ain't Muslim, dogs. Quit it. Calling Lord Haney. You don't
Excuse
even
me,
go to church,
excuse
bro.
me,
Stop that
excuse me,
shit.
excuse me. 1 second, caller. So when you said Buenos dias, and I acknowledged back to you, I said Buenos dias, my brother. Right. So when he said Salam alaikum, or we
Oh,
say
I didn't hear you. I didn't
Inshallah,
hear you.
these are no. Oh, okay, but I know, but I'm saying is so what? That's was being respectful back. So I said Buenos dias back to you, right? So when
Yeah.
in Arabic, because someone is saying to you, inshallah, God willing, or if they're saying salam alaikum, or you know what I mean, right? Peace be unto you, right? Those are Arabic words, right? And we encourage peace. So everything that the brother said, and when he said, he all said it was not fake. He said, peace be upon me. And then he said, God willing, things work out. Because we know with pandemics, we know with storms, we know with just dropping dead. If it's because of God that everything is possible. Without God, nothing is possible. So that's what he was saying, brother. So I think that you guys just kind of missed each other on that one.
Yeah. But nah, he's playing that. He's faking it.
Oh my goodness.
Haney, man, the green print. The green print. I think Tio is his green print.
Then I have my military. I don't know if you remember me.
Tio is definitely a player. Tio is definitely a player on the board. And I said, shout out to what he's done in the sport, but to fall from grace and then to get back up, man, that's a hell of a story. And everything that he's doing, his fans and all that. Like I said, I'm not here to bash a narrative about a fighter. I'm only here to celebrate that we have gotten to the point that we are the best dance partner for any fighter, right? And that's what you want to work to get. You want to be that other side. And of course, um, if we don't have what it takes to be an ultimate dance partner for Tank Davis, then neither does T.O. If we don't have what it takes to be a dance partner for Tank, neither does Shakur, neither does any of the other fighters. So please, by all means, you guys, if you want to respect the sport and you want the sport to continue to grow, let's kill the narrative that Devin isn't the best dance partner for any fighter in or around the
Well,
division.
I don't think Tank should be even named that high. That dude hasn't done anything. I was telling the guys in
Yeah.
the bag that I'm tired of him coming to my Mexican party and breaking the piñata before the other kids hit it. I'm done. He needs to fight top contenders. He needs to
That's a
fight
good
Shakur.
one.
He needs to fight Haney. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Tank is at the bottom of the list to me. He has to do something. I'm tired of that piñata beating thing he's been doing.
So wait a minute. So
Yeah, everybody talks
Tank
shit.
shows up and hits the pinata before any of the other kids get there. That's what he does.
Yeah, yeah, he be breaking them, and everybody thinks it's cool.
You may feel
All
like it's
right.
your
I
turn,
was expecting more from him,
but it's
being
not
as
your
though he
turn.
went in on Devin's resume. That was interesting. But we got hella more questions here. We got Dodge Hyatt. What's up, Mr. Bill Haney? If there's one fighter in history at 135, 140 that you'd like to see Devin in the ring with, who would it be?
Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran. Hands of stone. The man that's gonna come in there and all he got to do is come in there and get you out. He got the hands of stone. He don't need y'all help. Everybody else needs y'all help, and that's the thing about Tank. If he has the hands of stone, then it makes for a great fight, right? It makes for a great fight because Devin is not just defense; he's offense as well. So he's what I call an aggressive counterpuncher, extremely aggressive. Because if you just stand there, he gonna pop your ass with that jab, right? He gonna slip. He gonna roll. He's defensive, responsible. Just a great dance partner. But you got to have the hands of stone in there, and so that's why I would say that would be the Devin's ultimate fight, Roberto Duran by far.
I got New York Bullet. What up, coach? In your opinion, what are De Los Santos' chances with Stevenson? Blessings to you and Devin.
Extremely high, being that he's a puncher. Shakur's on defense. Shakur got the half step back. He's a southpaw. Um, he's a southpaw, right? Shit. He has a hell of a chance. Hell of a chance.
Stainless in Nashville. Is Devin Haney willing to renegotiate a fight with Shakur Stevenson, or has that ship sailed?
Listen, how you say it is Shakur Stevenson ready for an offer from Devin Haney? Right? Has he come down to realization that Devin is getting bigger? We're in a bigger fight than he is, right? We stepped up in weight, right? We're taking more of chances, which puts more distance between the last negotiation. The only thing that we have is a guy that's on the bat call in the bat. What do you say? Where do you be talking to Shakur at, Ness?
You terrible.
No, I'm saying, where do you be talking to him at? Ness, where do you be talking to him at?
It was a
Is that the
private
back call or
conversation. Nah, that ain't the back call. That's an
what?
extension of our Discord community.
Okay,
He's funny.
so you fight on a private call, right? You fight on a private call, but you tell him, just like with me, I can tell him, you tell him that he should come on here, right? And not let you, right? Don't you tell him that to come on?
Yeah, I certainly say that.
And what does he say?
You know what he say? He ain't coming on here
Huh?
because it's the Haney voice. He
Okay,
said we picked
so
our
what?
side.
Okay, but no, but what Ness does is says, okay, since you're not going to come on there, tell me everything that you want to say, and then I'm going to do my
That ain't
best
how it happened,
to.
Bill. That ain't how it
No,
happened.
I'm okay. I'm asking, Ness. You cut me off. I said
Well,
I'm asking. Is
he
that
said
how the
why
conversation
no.
happens?
He
No.
he
What I'm
said
saying,
like
wait, Ness.
why
No,
don't you
no.
ask
Oh,
this though? You feel
okay,
me?
no, Ness. You're not. I'm asking you. I'm asking you a question right now. You're not answering the question I'm asking.
You funny. You got hella questions here from the people, Bill.
I know, but what
Damn,
I'm
he just
saying
want to
is,
ask one
so
question.
yeah,
Danny a
that's all. Just
troll.
one question.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
So I'm saying is, so when you say that, when you say, why don't you come on here, right? Because it's not making sense to you. Because you telling him that it's not making sense to you. But
Yeah,
but
so
what
his
you'll do
counter
is,
was like, it ain't making sense because you gotta ask Bill 25% of what? 25%?
and
We ain't had no
and what did
pay-per-view
you
conversation.
but what did you say? But what did you say to him when he said the 25%? What
I
did
said,
you say to
Shakur,
him?
but you countered. You You countered. So what you mean or what? Like, I mean, we've already went through this, Bill. You and I went
Right,
through
right.
this
No, no,
live the other
no. But
day.
what I'm saying is, okay. But what I'm saying is, no. But what we're seeing, and what people got to understand is the work that we got to do. Like this is a conversation that's behind the scenes, right? But he wants a narrative to be interpreted, but you have to be careful with him because he's going to say that it's the Haney voice. When how can it be the Haney voice when you have the opportunity and
I
you have a
said
bigger
that too.
platform than I do, right?
I said
And that
that.
you can come on and say it there to refute it. So why would you, if this is what feeds Ness family, it's what feeds Day, why would you insult them and insult the platform by saying such a asinine thing?
I mean, just because he's upset. I mean, I've been doing this for 13 years, man. Fighters take, they take you picking against
Is he
them,
right or
or
wrong though? But is he in this case, is he right or wrong?
I don't think any fighter is right if they get upset
No,
at
I'm
me
saying in this case,
picking.
and no, in this case, is he right or wrong?
What exactly is he right or wrong about? What
In
you
this
asking me?
case, from the backcourt line you talked on to up until now, right?
Yo, nah, he not right. I told him this could have been a Shakur voice. We both from North. You don't come on here. He don't come
Right.
on here. That's not
Absolutely.
my
But
fault.
not only does he not come on, he's unable to articulately um, um, give you the information, right, to show why he's not a duck. Why he not ducked? Now, the thing about it is so we bring Bob Arum on. Now, one thing about Bob is Bob can't save you in this climate. If you were a fighter in the old days where the narrative was being controlled by Sports Illustrated, New York Times, LA Times, so on and so forth, et cetera, then you were at the mercy of the promoter and the promoter's ties to various outlets. Now, with places like the Boxing Voice, so on and so forth, Aki, Dante's Boxing Nation, 7-8, Blue Blood, all these things, and the promoter works for you, then why would you not be talking, or why would you not have a representative that can articulately regurgitate your message that you have to the people, right? Why don't you have a CEO? So the CEO for Mayweather Promotions can come out and speak. You have the CEO for Top Rank that'll come out and speak, and you have the CEO for Devin Haney Promotions that comes out and speak. Okay, so if you have Lions Only, you have fucking what's Tank? You have Van Down, you have Tank,
GTD.
Tank, what is GTT? Well, who's speaking for him and who's in these streets? You see what I'm saying? Because we listen, to run up against us, you got to have somebody. You got to be in these streets, man. You ain't gonna just find nobody that's gonna crush me from the internet writing something. You can't write nothing and crush what we got. This shit is built for real, solid. You ain't gonna have Ness on the backcourt and think, okay, and ask him this. No, ask him this. Why you got Ness? I asked you. I said, Ness, he got your phone and he got my phone number. Why is he calling you to ask me something that he can ask to me? And what did you say,
Yeah,
Ness?
but it ain't. He ain't
No, you know
saying
what? I'm gonna tell you
ask
what
them
Ness
this
said.
for me.
Ness said, I don't fucking know. Why? I don't know. I'm asking him all these questions, Bill. I don't know why he doesn't come on here and say this. You know what I'm saying? I said, Ness, don't worry about it. Ness, don't worry about it. To be great, I'm saying this, to be great, Ness, you you send the link. You send the link out. You send a link for Devin Haney and to be great. That's what this is. Direct to the people. Next caller, please.
He said the backcourt. Oscar from California. Devin was recently seen on a podcast clearly stating that for a tank fight to come to pass, it would have to be at 140. And that being said, Shakur at 140? If so, why hold the belts? Release and let them boys work. Shout out to you and all the work you do for yours.
Do something about it. Yeah, do something about it. If you don't like it, do something about it. That's what having the belts in a division is, to piss people off. It's to piss the other fighters. When you saying they're not champions, you're pissing them off. You said we didn't say nothing, so we did something. We got the belts, and the only champion at 135 pounds is Devin Haney. That should be insulting enough to you boxing fans. That's not with us. and thinking about coming over. You know, that should be the last thing. I heard Bill Haney say one key point is that he used the belts to insult everybody. He made the whole boxing world, Devin Haney did, reevaluate what it means to be a champion. And those that are quick to give it away, those that are not real champions, they say it don't mean nothing. But one thing like a Roy Jones said he didn't care if it was a ribbon. If you said that you was the best and that was what was up, you know, coming from the amateurs, right? If it was a ribbon, you said we was fighting for a ribbon, then that's what it was. If we said that we was fighting because the best meant the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, the IBF, and the ring, well, Devin got him. And then listen, then defended him overseas, then defended him again, and then put an offer on the table for all of them. And guess what a guy said? Guess what Shakur said? All I want is one. All I want is one. Because look, when you go to the WBC, you only can get the opinion, you can only get the mandated from one. You can't get, when Devin is speaking for the ring, he's speaking for WBO, the WBA, and the IBF. Devin is speaking for him because he got the belt. He said, I'll give you action at him. You know what I mean? But here's the offer. Now, if you've never heard of it before, look up 25% per split boxing, and you'll see it. If you see that it's unheard of, all of them, all the callers, look up 25% per split boxing and watch what come up. Ness, do it for him one time.
90 seconds.
Ness?
I'm
You hear
Googling
me?
25% per split.
Boxing. Championship. Boxing. Got to put the championships and all that other shit. Mandatories, any of that other shit you want to put in there.
Okay. The first thing that comes up is Stevenson reject Haney's offer.
Okay, go now. That's that. Now, okay, now go to the people that did accept the offers. Do you see any?
Golovkin rules in favor, 75-25% split. WBA rules in favor of Golovkin. Usyk Dubois, per split reveal. Yeah, I mean, but we know this. There's plenty of people that have done it.
I don't. No. There's not plenty of people that know. We are talking to new fans that are watching today, Ness, that think and believe that 25% is unheard of. It's preposterous. It's never been done. Now, look up undisputed champion, mandatory, being a mandatory to do any freaking thing. You won't find it. You won't find an undisputed champion that has been mandated to do any freaking thing. But two brothers out of Oakland. They say a lot of stuff. They say, how could your dad is from there and you not from there? Nigga, get out of here. We was in the house. You didn't go to school. We was in the house. What are you talking about? The trips, the shit that he experienced and that did we done as a family and him being able to experience, I wouldn't take back for the world. Some of his friends that was in those same classes, in those same schools that I took him out of and started homeschooling him at home, wished that they had, right? So while these, and I say niggas, meaning stupid people, these niggas that's going around creating these fake narratives about private school and about not off the block and all that, man. Please, nobody listen to them, man. Y'all take your kid, the kid with the glasses on, the kid that won't take him to the boxing gym. Give him 6 months in there. He's gonna whip the shit out of all your kids' friends and everybody. Give him 6 months a year. The only thing that was the difference in a lot of the street guys, see, I was raised by my father, but he didn't take me to the boxing gym and he never said, put your hands up and let's fight. I used to watch Aaron Pryor and Wilfred Benitez and Sugar Ray Leonard and all these other stuff. So the idea of my son being in the back room crying, that was not going to be in the question. I wasn't going to come in the back room and just like Sean ain't look, but Sean can fight. And, Danny done seen him in the gym. You gonna walk up to Sean and think it's something, and he gonna hit you in your fucking jaw. You see what I'm saying? But it's It's an education thing. Boxing is a science. Fighting, education. Teach your kids how to fight. And then watch them whip on all them street niggas. You gonna make them niggas pull out a gun, scary niggas? Yeah, they won't run up on them kids. They gonna pull out a gun or pull out a knife. So which one's gangster? The kid that listened to his dad, that stayed the path, watched the motherfucking The Godfather. I guess them kids wasn't gangsters either. They stayed within the family, listened to the family. They didn't come out selling no drugs and getting caught in juvenile hall and doing all that stupid shit like I did. Stupidest young kid in the world.
I got a counterpunch from JT wants to talk to you. Also a coach that trains 3 kids actually.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yo, what up, Bill?
JT,
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, what up, Bill?
what up, JT?
Look, I don't know if you remember, but you called me a casual fan. I'm gonna rewind it back a little bit. We was
Yeah,
talking about Devin Haney,
I think
not
I
Shakur,
think I cleaned
Tank
I
Davis.
think I cleaned that. I think I cleaned that up when we talked, but I definitely
Yeah,
remember
no, that
running
we
into.
you
No,
cleaned
no,
it
I
up,
ran into a little bit
but
of resistance. I ran into some resistance with you, and I think we came to a good understanding. But do we have to revisit some place, Jay? Because I don't remember
no,
that. I don't. I remember.
no.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
I wanted you to
Okay.
know who you speaking to. That's all.
Yeah, I
Off
know
of the
your
memory.
voice. I
So
know who
that's
you
all I'm
is.
trying to tell you.
No, I know who you
Now
is.
look,
I know you is King.
okay. My brother
Yeah,
had
yeah,
called
yeah,
in
yeah.
earlier. I betted a few
I got
guys
you,
to
Jay.
call in. Wait, go ahead.
Huh?
What you say?
No, I said, listen, I'm saying I know who you is. I know your brother, and I know what you guys with the boys because I just talked to him. Right? Listen.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of anybody that's with their kids, and especially I want a person to see what we doing and then go smash on them, and then come back and then say, look, what you thought we
All
was
right.
just going, huh? You feel me? Now the thing that I say about that, J Mac, is that with that comes.
Hold on. This JT. I want you to get the names. I want
Oh.
you to get the names
I
straight.
thought it was J Mac. Okay, go ahead.
Nah.
Well,
Now
JT.
look.
Now, JT. Go ahead. You talk. It's
Yeah.
your call. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, because I know Ness running my time, so I was about to say Ness, if y'all go over, give me another one. All right. Well, first of all,
I
you say you
paused it. I
support people.
paused it. But I'm
Okay.
restarting you right now.
You say you support people and all that. I'm a fan of your son. But the thing about that back call that you keep breaking up, a few callers called in, Bougie. He said him and J Mac the only people that cheer on Devin Haney back there. I disagree with that. Thing about it, everybody got different fighters. Like we had I honestly, no disrespect. I'm a fan of Devin. But if I had to pick out a Tank and Devin off of the skill sets based off what I've seen, I'm not going off of their performances. I'm not talking about the names. I'm comparing those two guys. I still lean more to Tank to beat them. So that's where we get it confused back there in the back call. So we'll sit there and you got a few Tank fans back there. They'll sit there and say, we Tank will knock him out, Tank will knock him out. Or Devin go out boxing. No, we're entitled to our opinion. But that's my opinion. Secondly, with that saying, you say you support us. Go check my page out. We on Instagram. I heard you tell my brother about promoting and supporting all that. Is making underscore boxing. Making MACON underscore boxing. So that's my 3 sons on there. I work with them. I told you last time on the call, when you called me cash, I laughed at it and stuff like that. And some people came to my defense, but eventually we're gonna meet up one day. I just believe in my boys. I believe they're gonna be on the same level as Devin. I like the blueprint that you did with your son. So I'll follow some of that as well. So I just think we're gonna meet up one day and we're gonna laugh about it. But besides that, Bill, I don't really got nothing else. I like everything you're doing with Devin Haney. I'm trying to follow some of the things that you did to make it the way y'all made it. I like when you come on here and promote your sons. I think I'll be the similar type of dad to promote my boys because I believe in my product. So I mean, I don't really got nothing else to really say bad about it.
All
Yo,
right, all right,
Yeah,
all right.
I just followed the brother on there, making underscore boxing, man. Shout out, keep doing what you're doing, stay focused, and don't listen to nobody saying that you can't do it. You know what I mean? I appreciate the call.
All
JT,
right.
appreciate that.
We got Angel Moreno. No, Morel. Or more 17, I don't know. Angel Moreno, actually, from La Puente, California. What kind of advice can you give coaches and fighters to not take anything Ness says to heart when giving his opinion on them? You still come back on the show even though Ness yells and asks tough questions. Thanks. Yeah, everybody ain't built like Bill, man.
No, just having a deep sense of faith and belief that you're walking in your purpose. And like I said, I couldn't bring Sean on here and confidently say, because we know boxing, we know everything about boxing, that that's going to be the path, that he's going to be the world champion, he's going to be all that. I think you let the kid decide what they're passionate about, what they're comfortable about, and then you help keep guiding the ship towards greatness. That's the only thing that I think. Um, Once a kid is passionate, he loves it, then you just keep building. And it's not about being all the way up the staircase, because being on the Mount Rushmore of boxing right now, we can't fight one guy to do that. But we have plans that's what Dev is, to be one of the best that ever put on a pair of gloves. Right now, we have December the 9th, Regis Prograis, and that's another step towards it. A hell of a fighter, southpaw, somebody that's avoided, somebody that's confident, that's going to be coming in there, a great team. No pushovers, no punks. I always salute them, and I love that they have that fire that they did, because I couldn't have never took them to my hometown and had any respect if they didn't. So, I hope that they're healthy. Have a good training camp, and he comes and be the best Regis Prograis that he can be, because that way that it'll bring out the best Devin Haney that I know that's there, that the world hasn't seen.
I got James Valdez, San Antonio, Texas. What would it take to get Devin versus Gordo fight? That fans
Hey,
would love that matchup. I mean, I guess that's
man,
Teofimo
listen,
Lopez.
no, we was gonna cook the shit out of T.O., and everybody was T.O., the big knockout T.O. We was gonna fry his ass until Gordo showed back up, and Gordo was a lot more competitive than T.O. Right? Gordo was the one that won all the shit. Gordo is, you guys start talking about T.O. because he was being properly matched, being at the position that he was in, being that he was deciding to go the top rank route, and that was the route of least resistance, and Top Rank would then put the opponents in that would be great for his elevation, great to get to the point that he's at. I think at some point in time, him and his dad, we had a conversation on the bat line. You know what I'm saying? And when we talked, I told him, I said, um, man, I said, what happened to Gordo? He's like, what do you mean? What happened to Gordo? I said, I mean, man, you used to box, man. I said, when I used to come over there to the ring, because Devin would win, and then Devin would go in the back, or Devin would go whatever, then I'd go watch all the other fighters, and I'd go watch Gordo, and he was always this slick, kid. You think he was, he might be a brother or something, but he pull off his headgear or whatever, and he's 100% Latino. So to see that, I had a grown appreciation and fond of his style. And I always told everybody, when we met up with them and they were sparring, he was boxing then. He was boxing. Dev was, Dev was cooking him, but Dev was cooking him, but he wasn't doing the shit that he did. And what he said for the last round, he said he just turned into T.O. And T.O. came, and what he did, and he was like, that shit is bullshit. You do that. You was doing better staying at T.O. the boxer. And T.O. the boxer, he's right up there at the top of the world, man.
All right, we got Cliff in Connecticut. Bill, are you in charge of making adjustments during middle of a fight? If so, is it because of you, Devin's bond, and Ya's knowledge in the ring? Also, wound. I don't know what the hell that means. Also, wound. I guess he meant to say wonder. You consider passing the job to a decorated coach with championship experience when the biggest fights arrive.
Would you
Oh,
consider
oh,
that?
oh,
But he
what a,
didn't put
okay,
what a
well,
he didn't put what he put wound.
it's kind of hard to find um, a championship coach that's undisputed, that defended, and all that shit. Like, so in terms of decorations, right? We got a lot of them over here right now.
For sure. What's next?
Jay in Brooklyn says, What's a
No,
fight?
the callers, we want to know what's going on. Y'all sitting over there whispering and shit and all that. What's going on? Do we got
Nah,
some
he was
breaking
telling
shit
me
or
he was
something?
telling me that
Oh,
I should have pronounced it womb, but I'm
Nah, I
telling
was
him that
oh,
he
saying
couldn't have
oh, okay.
meant womb
All right.
because ain't nobody wounded in
nah
this
for sure, but you
situation.
said
Oh, okay. Okay.
wound, so I'm like,
Okay. All right.
yeah, yeah,
Because
nah.
we the people, I'm speaking for the people, and the people wanted to know. At least I did. Maybe I was the only one. I'm like, what the fuck? You know?
Nah. Jay in Brooklyn though.
Bill funny as hell. What's a fight you want to see but don't think will happen?
Um,
Not with Devin, but just in the sport.
Just in general. Crawford Canelo. You think it'll happen? Or do you want to see it? And if you do want to see it, do you think it'll happen? That could be it.
um, Devin and Boots.
So wait. The question is a fight you want but don't think it'll happen.
Probably Devin and Boots. Probably because
He about to get
Boots
the
ain't get
internet. Like, yo, the
no.
Haney's cappers, they said they want to fight Boots.
No, but what I'm saying is it's a bit of a stretch. Boots is big. It's another different division. If we were around, right, and all that greatness and everybody in Boots is great, and he deserves a fight to show his greatness, right? And he deserves to bring out the greatness in someone else. You see what I mean? And for him not to get it, right? And not be in a position, right? Because of just the way that they've moved him thus far, the promoters and stuff like that, right? That he can't get that Crawford fight. So if he doesn't get that Crawford fight, what other fight is he going to get? And that's fucked up. Who is he going to get?
So you would consider him after what? Undisputed 40?
Man, I would send, listen, me and Deb would talk about, because that's what I'm saying is he's one of the guys, just like Regis Prograis. He didn't have an opportunity. And when I call Devin, he's Superman. He goes and does the shit that's he goes and does the shit for the people. You see what I'm saying? Right? But oh, heaven forbid, Bill Haney, he mentioned Devin and Boots in the same sentence. No, no one else would. Everybody else is scared to death of Boots, rightfully so. Just like they were scared of Lomachenko, just like they were scared of Regis Prograis, of what it can be. So I was only just giving light and giving his team shine to who they are. You know what I'm saying? I can also say Devin and Crawford. You see what I mean? Right? You seen them stand next to each other and all the other shit, and whoop, that's something. But Devin is younger, and it's not the right time for me to be saying that. But I'm a fan. I'm in the Devin Haney business. What the fuck? You want me to say some other fighters? I don't fucking know. You see what I mean? That's what instantly comes to my mind of shit that I would want to see, but probably won't happen. Because that was the thing
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah.
fantasy. And I'm saying, no, that would be just even taking a look at it and listening to it, you guys, me saying it, it's tantalizing to think and to look at, but probably won't never happen.
Bill, just out of curiosity, what's the last boxing fight you watched? Like on TV or just in general?
Um, what was the last one that was shown on TV? I mean, I watch them all the time. What do you mean, like last boxing fight? What do you mean by that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
your last fight you watched.
yeah, just whether it be live or you went back to watch a fight, just in general.
Man, you would be saying when the last fucking basketball game I watch. I watch boxing all the time. I don't know, yesterday, day before. I don't know, but
Okay.
which fight? Because a lot of times I watch them. I go on YouTube and I watch something about the fight. I watch the beginning and watch the shit them talking about the fight, what the build up, because I already know what the fight was, but then I'll look and see the energy of the team while going into the fight. I'll look at the mannerisms of the fighters and so I'm looking at other details when they go to the center of the ring, right? When the fight is over with, I'm looking at who is in the ring, what promoters, what people, right, what networks. So it's a lot of stuff that I look at that's different than just the actual fight that people look at.
I got JT wants another go at it. I don't
Okay.
see you there though, JT. Don't see you there. Brandon, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Yo, TBV, what's up? Ness Denny.
What
What
up, champ?
up?
I want to talk to BH the Great.
Hey, King. All right, well, listen, since you're talking to BH the Great, I got family in
Nah,
Winton
that's
Terrace. I
I'm
got
talking
family
about
at Winton
Bill.
Terrace.
I
I
don't
got
want to
family
talk
in
to
Winton
Bill
Terrace.
Haney. I want to talk to
Okay.
BH the
All right, well, I
Great.
got, listen, okay, I got
That's
family
Bill
in Winton
Haney been on
Terrace.
the line.
Okay, I got family in Winton Terrace and I got family downtown. All the downtown niggas is my niggas in Winton Terrace. So come on and talk to me. I love Cincinnati.
Are
You know what I'm
you
saying?
already,
Yeah.
are you
I
already
got
know?
busted
Win
at,
Terrace, that's my
I got,
hood. You know, I'm from
yeah,
Win
I got
Terrace.
busted.
Who your
I
family?
got, not.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Not. Yeah. So
Anytime
we
you
been,
in
yeah.
Cincinnati,
Listen, no, listen.
anytime you in
Yeah, no,
Cincinnati, man.
not. We've been, yeah, our family, we've been knocking niggas out for a long time. You dig? Yeah, not. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. But now listen, though. Let me tell you, I love Cincinnati. Love it. I love it. Man, I got busted in Kentucky at the Florence airport, man, on some bullshit when I was in the life, man, just doing wrong and shit like that. But I love Cincinnati. I love the people. I love everything. That's why me and AB, we still talk. We still talk. I still talk to AB on the on the bat line, So
Oh,
thank you, brother.
yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. How
Hey,
you niggas
how
over
you
there,
feel
man?
about Cincinnati? That's how I feel about the Bay. I love the
Man,
Bay.
I love
So
you
that's
niggas
what I
over there, man. I
I
love
love the
that's what I'm
Bay,
saying.
man.
Listen. So in Winton Terrace, you got up the hill, you got down the hill, you got the middle, you got all the shit. You
Bottom
know
of
what I'm saying?
it's the
Bottom, you
bottom of
see what
the
I'm saying?
hill and top of the hill.
Yeah,
I'm from the bottom.
yeah, top of the hill. Okay, good. See, now when I was up there, I was up at the top. I was up at the top. You dig? Yeah. So and man, we have to talk about some more shit. You don't need to talk to BH the Great. That's old. He ain't even here no more, man. It's all about Bill Haney and Devin Haney, the undisputed. He's still the undisputed champion of the world, Ness.
Now,
Ness.
hey, I
He's still
really
the
wanted to
undisputed
call
champion.
because
What up, YouTube
just
family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1,000,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000,000. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.